Today is the end. Today's the end of the quarter. There's going to be some funky stuff that happens today because there are a couple big things that are happening in the market. To be clear, we just got some pretty interesting economic news that should actually be good for the markets. However, Bitcoin's falling down a little bit. I think you can actually tell by the technicals why this is happening. We'll also go through a bunch of money that's going to be coming into crypto literally today. But at the same time, whales and manipulators are going to fight it, I'm sure. So be ready for some weird price action today, some volatility. We'll go through why that is. There's a lot to cover in today's video, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible, but still give you guys the information you need. If you guys want, there's a link to my Telegram underneath the video. I just updated on a trade yesterday. I've been sending voice notes, so you can actually tell it's me. Some people just post, or they have people post for them. But in there, I wanted another place I could talk that's shorter form than YouTube, right? This takes me a little while to make a video, but if you want to join that, it's completely free. Also, if you're a big trader, you can get one-on-one access with someone at BYDeFi in case you have questions, concerns, you have something that you want to ask about. You can join that Telegram, click the pinned comment, and you can see how to get one-on-one access with the person that works with BYDeFi directly. If you want to start trading on BYDeFi, there's a link to it underneath the video. You can get up to a $13,000 bonus right now, and you can deposit $5,000 to enter an iPhone 17 drawing. To be clear, this allows you to get access to leverage. So if you have $100, you can buy $500 worth of Bitcoin. So you have 5x upside. You also have more downside as well if the price goes down. So you have to play it well. You have to know what you're doing. You have to not get too greedy. But if you want to try this out, you can check it out underneath the video. Now, Bitcoin falling down a little bit from the peak yesterday. Went up to 114,700. Then fell down, right? We're at 113,000. Some people might be wondering why. Well, we'll be going through that a little bit today. When you look at the technicals, though, let's first look at this. If you go back, we just got rejected at 118,000 by this multi-cycle trend line. I actually didn't notice at the time, but if you go all the way back to like 2017, 2018, we got rejected here. Then same thing in 2021 and the end of 2021 as well. So twice there, we got rejected by it twice earlier this year and last year. Then we broke out just slightly above it, and we just got rejected by it again. So really, there is going to be some resistance. It's right around 118,600 right now. It moves up just slowly over time because it's such a long time span, but that is kind of the macro line that we're watching to break out above. It would be great, obviously, to break out above that and then break above the previous all-time high of 124,000. We are gearing up for the end of the quarter today. This is the last day of the quarter, so there's definitely going to be some manipulation, right? There are people that want to push the prices one way or the other heading into the last quarter of the year. So be ready for some funky price action. If we break this down to a smaller scale, though, you can see that there has been a trend line that we've also been rejected by a couple times here, and we just got rejected by it yesterday. So shorter time frame, I'd be watching this like this same price that we went above or went to yesterday, like right around 115,000. It would be very bullish to break out above that line. And then I'd be watching for this, 117, 118,000 that we got to last time. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking price-wise. So again, 115 right now, 118 to break the previous high, what we just hit a few days ago, or a week ago, and then like 118.6, 119, somewhere around there, and then the all-time highs. That's what I'd be watching. We do have some liquidations today, a little bit more long than short, but it's pretty even across the board. The markets are, just kind of blah today, just kind of sideways, down slightly, I guess now, since I looked at this last. It was sideways just a little while ago. Now we're down like 0.2% on VOO, the S&P 500. The August JOLTS job openings were slightly higher than expected, so that could be one of the reasons that we're seeing the market go down a little bit. Just maybe that slightly lowers the chances that the Fed's going to cut rates because there's slightly more job openings than expected. But I don't think that a lot of these job openings are what people want because there's still, there are a lot of people looking for work and they can't find the jobs that they really want, either pay-wise or hour-wise or just the positions in general. Keep in mind, there are more people buying Bitcoin every day, even if the price doesn't show it, even if there's some, economic issue or something. The fact is that large companies that have been buying Bitcoin, continue to buy Bitcoin. Tether just bought 8,800 Bitcoin worth $1 billion per on-chain data. They continue to buy very consistently. They're putting a lot of their profits over in Bitcoin and gold, as I understand. Gold's also been a monster this year. It went up, I think I have it towards the end here, to 3,830. We're very close to 4,000, and it's up like 40% or something this year alone. Just an unbelievable run by gold. So Tether's buying Bitcoin and gold. We have, of course, the companies we see every single week like Strategy and Bitmine continue to buy Ethereum and Bitcoin, but every quarter we get a big buy from Tether. This is, I think, a new company. Maybe this company has bought Ethereum before, but Bit Digital is going to raise funds and spend around $130 million to buy more Ethereum. Keep in mind, we are getting to like altcoin season, possibly. There have been people like Benjamin Cohen who have been right this entire cycle that say that Bitcoin dominance is going to go up and then it's going to bleed into an alt season. But alt season is coming. I'm not saying that there's not going to be a Bitcoin season before that. I'm very heavy on Bitcoin. Eric Balkunas says that the odds are really 100% now. Basically, any day the Solana ETF could get approved, so be ready. Solana is still attracting a lot of money, even without the ETFs. Last week, 291 million in inflows. And of course, that kind of pales in comparison to the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. There are just some people that won't buy it unless it's spot. Yesterday, we pulled in $518 million for the Bitcoin ETFs and $546 million for the Ethereum ETFs. Just massive inflows. That definitely helps the price. The SEC is also very pro-crypto right now. Definitely a tailwind compared to the last few years where it was a headwind. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says crypto is his number one priority right now, and also that they are pushing to allow stocks to trade on-chain like crypto, with trading to begin quickly, according to the information. This would be very bullish for crypto and would be nice for people that want to trade stocks all the time too. It'd be quicker, faster settlement, all that kind of stuff. FTX is sending $1.6 billion in stables to creditors. I've seen some people say $5 billion, some people say 1.6. Fact is, billions of dollars are being sent out today at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, be ready for some kind of dump because that's right around the end of the month, the end of the quarter. Everyone's expecting for the market to go up because people are getting stables. Don't be surprised if there's some whale that just pushes the price down because there are a lot of long trades thinking that a lot of this money, maybe, even if it's just 20-30% are going back into crypto. That would push up the price pretty nicely, especially if they buy altcoins. So don't be surprised if there's some whales that want to manipulate the price down because a lot of people are expecting the price to go up. So then they can short, they can send the price lower or just sell, and they can send the price lower, cause liquidations, and then buy back on the long side. Like I said, gold hitting new highs, M2 money supply moving up too. This is all good for Bitcoin. The only thing we have working against us, Jim Cramer saying to buy crypto because of our national debt. What do they say? Even a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while. Jim Cramer just known for very bad takes. No offense to the guy, but I think it's hard when you're talking every day about so many different companies to sound like intelligent on them and to get them all right. So yeah, obviously they can't just pick 2 or 3 companies that they really like and just say don't buy anything else. So yeah, he's gotten a hard time recently, but yeah, he is wrong a lot of the time. So I'm kind of joking that this is the only headwind against crypto. Obviously anything can happen, but we are gearing up for the most bullish quarter of the year. It seems like a lot of people are still bearish, right? And we're sitting at 113,000. When's the last time we were under 100,000? It was back early June, so 100 days ago or so. Yeah, the fact is crypto's done really well recently. Even if you're kind of bored because we haven't gone up a lot recently, the fact is if you bought it just about any time in history, you're up right now, at least on Bitcoin. Obviously, if you're getting into NFTs, altcoins, all that, you're down, or you could be down, right? A lot of altcoins still up since the bear market, but I mean, we're just up and to the right. Now, I don't like to buy a lot of altcoins. I have a handful of them, but I don't want to track too many different things. because then you have to worry about buying, you have to worry about selling, you have to worry about what's happening in the meantime too. With Bitcoin, it's really easy. And when I try to go more risk on, I do use leverage. So if you want to start using leverage, you can go to BYDFi or BTCC, BitUniX, BLOFIN, WEEX. There are links underneath the videos, bonuses for a lot of them right now. But that's where I like to go more risk on instead of trying to get like a next 10x gem and then always wondering whether I should sell it or trim it or what's happening with the team, what's happening with the token, what's happening with monetary policy, all that kind of stuff. I can just pay attention to Bitcoin for the most part, and then some of the top alts, which I'm already paying attention to anyways. And there's a lot less drama, there's a lot less work, there's a lot less stress. And when I use leverage, let's say I use 2x leverage, that's going to perform just about as well as altcoins, right? Like something would have to go up 100% versus Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin goes up 50%, it would have to go up 100%. And of course, there are some altcoins that will do that, but they're much riskier in my opinion. They take a lot more work. So if you want to start using leverage, you can check out the link underneath the video. I talked about 2x leverage there, but I'm generally 3 to 7x leverage. Recently, I did open up a 10x on ETH because I thought we were at a really good point, and we are up significantly since I opened that. We're up, even with this low pullback today, 30%, and I don't really think it's too risky. Of course, you have to do your own due diligence. It's much riskier than just buying spot, but if you do it right, you should be pretty good. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon.